Hello everyone, welcome back to the OS World Cup 2019. Finals weekend is continuing on today. 2 more games, 2 massive showdowns. And the next one coming up is the remaining losers bracket matchup. It's the Germany and South Korea match. Oh boy, I'm Doomsday, and joining me in the cast today is the man, the one, the only, the Team USA coach. It's Monko2K.
Hello, I'm very excited to be here, and hopefully you are all as well. This is going to be a very good match, I'm expecting. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
This should be properly good. South Korea have been so good since they dropped down to the losers bracket. They played a lot of matches and they look like a little steam train going through the losers bracket right now. Germany are looking as strong as they've ever been, and they've always been strong. And they absolutely demolished Canada yesterday.
Yep,
quite incredible.
South Korea doing very well throughout the losers bracket. They cut it a little close versus Russia yesterday, but Russia, not a sleeper team at all. That was a very intense match, but they made it through, and hopefully we'll see something similar come down here. Yeah, notable players on both sides. Like, basically every single player in this match is someone to look out for, but in particular, Dustis, of course, on the German side, and over on the South Korean side, Aristia and Flying Tuna, and Karuna in particular in the last match really kind of popped off. So maybe we'll see something like that happen again.
He was doing some work, wasn't he?
Looking forward to this one. We'll see also what kind of memes we're going to be pulling out in the warm-up here. Not sure what this is. Don't know whose warm-up this is, but it is a meme.
Oh, this must
be German. Yep.
Yeah, this must be German. It's got that Taikuta mapper. Maps a lot of that German rap. It seems to be their anthem. Last couple of years, they've always been picking these.
I wonder what Korea will pick. Maybe Slap Your Cheek. That's a classic. It's very old now. We'll see.
I don't think I actually know that. Or at least I don't remember it. Might have seen it around, though, I guess. We'll have to see. They picked, like, some kids' theme tune song yesterday. By the time it was over, I wasn't even sure what was going on. It was like 30 seconds.
That seems to be the theme for this year's warm-ups. We see that a lot, especially with some of the higher level teams. They tend to just pick whatever for the lulz. Yeah. What do you think about picks and bans for this match? I know this one is going to be kind of tricky for both of these teams. In the previous matches, I think both of them pretty much just avoided hidden altogether. I don't think Germany played a single hidden map in their match versus Canada, and I think Korea only played one. So I'm not really sure how bans are going to work out in this case, because both teams are a little bit inexperienced on this pool in that regard. But it is basically like a new open field for both teams in this matchup.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with you on hidden between these two. I don't think neither team really like it. Germany have never been a big fan of hidden. If you look at their bans, they literally ban the same things every single match. They ban low AR hidden, and if they have a second ban, they usually ban the the no mod 6, which is always the weird, awkward no mod. So it's always the same thing, and I doubt they'll change that this game. They don't like those sort of weird maps. For Korea, though, they tend to mix things up a little bit more, but I think a hidden ban, again, it's going to be done. Unless they know that Germany doesn't really like hidden, then maybe they'll change. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, that's the thing. Although, like, Russia is not particularly well known for being outstanding at hidden, they are not bad at all. So I think Korea is going to be a little more comfortable leaving hidden open in this match. But their second ban from the last match versus Russia, I think, was the stream no mod 2. And Germany did quite well on that versus Canada, so I think we're probably going to be seeing that banned out again by South Korea, unless they know they can do well, they can do better, because Russia has a couple players who you would expect pretty much just to pop off 10 out of 10 times on that map, so they might have seen Germany's MP link and been like, okay, yeah, we can counter that. It's another thing to talk about. There's a lot of data for Germany to work with here because Russia versus South Korea did go to 7-5, and that is most of the map pool played, and that's a lot of data that Germany can work off of when deciding what to pick and ban, whereas when they played versus Canada, they swept them. 7 maps, all clean. But yeah.
It's no joke at this level. You don't just sweep people 7-0 on map pools like this. It's terrifying.
Yep. And hopefully no more, but
yeah, I mean, if this is a sweep, then bloody hell, I don't think I know this game. This ain't going to be a sweep, not a chance. To be fair, when you talk about the stream map, right, I think Korea would have a good shot on that, but Germany are well known to be just so good on those sort of maps. They're arguably the strongest sort of team on those just raw, pure stream maps. It's a risk. I wouldn't be against them with the ban for it.
Yeah, it definitely would be a bad idea, but yeah, we'll see. Alright, well, South Korea's warm-up is not Slap Your Cheek. But it is something probably equally as meme.
It's not working. Lancer.
I think I know this set really vaguely.
I know the song.
Oh yeah, the tune, yeah. The tune's pop. But I think it's like a big meme set with tons of dips, if I remember right. But it's really vague. I think I've seen a couple played.
This ought to be interesting. If I recall, it's pretty short as well. Unless maybe I've only seen the shortened version.
I think this is like a minute long or something. Something along those lines. It's kind of funny actually. In the early rounds, I think Korea were picking like proper map warm-ups, but slowly over the course of the tournament, they've just started just converting to the meme warm-up master race. It's just...
Yep. They have transitioned over into no warm-up, just meme time, basically. Although this is a pretty difficult map, 7.9 stars. So it is a warm-up. Oh, it's this map. I know this one.
Oh, it's all clear now.
Yeah, we were talking about space streams earlier. This is a space stream. In fact, there are several space streams. And actually, Firebat popping off. So is Dustus. In fact, I think Dustus is FCing right now.
Yeah, he is, actually.
Oh. Okay, not anymore. I don't know. It's a triangle. In fact, it was several triangles.
Hell yeah. I now know.
Okay. That escalated quickly. South Korea actually won.
Oh god, yeah, he did. Yeah, they did. Just about. Dust Ice though. I think he hit like a couple of those triangles and then just fell off. For a second then it looked like he wasn't note blocking, which is pretty scary. It's absolutely disgusting. Alright, time for pick some bands then.
Yep. My prediction here, I think it'd be a safe bet to think that Germany is probably going to be keeping the pattern with the bans, like you said earlier. But for South Korea, they have a little bit of room to work with here. I'd say they're probably going to keep that No Mod 2 ban just because there's nothing else that's particularly bad for them in this pool, at least based on what we've seen so far.
Yeah, I think they should reconsider the hidden ban though, to ban something else.
Yes. But I don't even know about that one, because they might have just banned that because it's kind of an RNG map. Because just basically a bunch of cut streams next to it was. I think Hidden 1 was it a ban?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. They might have just banned that one because it's very difficult to do consistently well on that one. But we'll see here. Oh, actually, now that I recall, Germany did very well on DT1 in their match versus Canada. I think they got 2 FCs, nearly 4. South Korea did not do terribly, but they did not do nearly as well. But I think that might actually be one that we see in this match.
Yeah, to be fair, I feel like Korea, they would have hoped for better in their matchup on that, because yeah, they definitely have the roster to do well on that sort of thing. They'd be very, very good on double time. But yeah, I imagine they'd want to do better if it appears again. I don't know if they'd ban it, but they might think about it if they've been looking at the end feeling. Possibly. But I do think they'll have a good crack against Germany on that, to be honest.
Yeah, basically just depends on how they're feeling on the rest of the pool. But I know if I were South Korea, I'd be very scared of that performance. Then again, it is quite difficult to pull off the same thing twice.
Oh,
okay. And throw that all out the window. South Korea gonna actually be banning DT2.
Okay, that's just scary. Russia destroyed them on that yesterday. And here come the Germany bans as well, super quick. Yep, exactly what they've been banning all tournament.
Wow.
Same bans.
Can you predict the second ban from Germany?
Oh my god. Completely throwing a wrench into the works. Didn't see that one coming, dude.
Crazy. Alright.
Whoa. Yeah, what now then? Are they going to go for another hidden ban? Although, maybe not, because they just saw Germany go with the usual hidden No Mod 6 ban.
Yeah, if things go according to plan, Germany has basically already disclosed their ban. Yeah, this would be kind of tricky for Korea. If they're not going for DT1 right away, they're probably not going to go for it at all. I think they must feel fairly comfortable on that if they're not going to ban that one right away. We'll see.
Maybe looking at No Mod 2 again, possibly. Because if they're not going to target ban No Mod 2, then I'm not sure what else they do it on, because they already used their other ban on the DT, which would be in theory their usual hidden ban, right? So unless they're completely changing tack, which surprised me. I'm not sure what else really you target against Germany other than things like the big stream map and No Mod. But no, okay, they really are changing it up. 3 Mod 3, gone.
Alright, well I did not see that one coming at all. I mean, I guess looking back to their match versus Russia, they didn't do terribly well on that. I don't think a single player got above 500k on their team when they played that. In fact, I think only one person got above 400k, excuse me. So yeah, I guess that one does make a little bit of sense.
Yeah, I think they're completely spooked about yesterday, because they got smashed. Well, they did get pretty smashed on those 2 maps against Russia. But I don't know if 3 mod 3 is a very Germany-favoured map. It's OAR for one. Night of Fire is, yeah, but 3 mod 3? I don't think Germany was going to be picking that one.
They might have just been fearing the Superman carry from Dust Ice on that one.
That's a good point, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't matter what map it is, if they have Dust Ice, they're going to have at least one person that pops off on it. That's the thing.
And that is the end of the ban phase. Now going into the picks. South Korea's got a lot of options here, realistically. I really think they could pretty much just open with whatever they feel like. Probably not going to be seeing Hidden 1. Actually, what is... Okay, never mind. Yeah, they're going to go for Nomad 4, Asphyxia. This was a map that both of these teams played in their previous matches, and comparing those scores, Korea did quite well in comparison to Germany. But this is a notoriously hard map to do consistently well on, so by no means is it done. Things could very well go in favor of Germany, and we're just gonna have to see.
Yeah, this map's it's pretty awkward in terms of its patterning, so yeah, really hard to be consistent on. Yeah, the general team performance though, all 4 players from Korea did do a little bit better than all 4 players from Germany, so... But as you said, things can change really quick on this. The map really spikes, so if you get a combo through those spikes into the easier parts, that's a lot of free score, right? Which does make a big difference on something like this. So we'll have to see. A lot of pressure though. A badge and the top 3 spots on the line, and you know, Korea. We look at Korea as being the super powerhouse. You know, they're Korea. They win everything, but they've struggled the last few years. Last year they went out very early on. Last top 3 they got was 2016. They got a 3rd place, and you have to go back as far as 2013 before they got anything else. They keep coming 4th. So a lot of pressure here to break that barrier for Korea. Try and finally get another top 3. A rare one for them. In standard, anyway.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Germany actually doing relatively consistently well. I believe last year they got 3rd. And looking to match that at the very least this year. But... anyways, getting into this first map, I should point out, Aristia did get an S rank on this last time, so keep an eye out for him. He definitely has the potential to FC here. But yeah, so far, so good. Actually, Dustis going to be finding the first break for Germany on this map, followed up by Karuna. So combos are going to be slightly in favor of Germany, actually. I didn't realize Ponytail also found a miss. But this is kind of a relatively calm part of the map. Very calm, actually, once you see this build up, which is going to happen right now. And yeah, there goes everyone.
Yep. Just everyone, apart from Canali and Dust Eyes. Didn't catch those guys out. It's going to be really good for them. But this part goes on for quite a while.
Yep, combos are starting to build up back on both sides, and just as I say that, Aristia, Ponytail, and Karuna finding breaks, now just Flying Tuna holding the combo for South Korea. This is looking quite one-sided right now. Nally still holding onto his FC as we approach the halfway point in the map, and Dustis, okay, never mind.
Oh, the sliders. Slider stream, dude, disgusting pattern. Flying Tuna combo through that, and so did Karuna.
So combo advantage actually in favor of South Korea. It is going to start to pull over towards them. Still plenty of map left, but Germany did kind of run away with the score lead in that section off the backs of Dust Ice and Canali. But we'll see if Korea can pull this one back.
Certainly plenty of calm section to do so, really. Still a few patching break on like that.
Okay, and Every single player on Germany just broke on that pattern, but Flying Tuna with the monster combo now. If Korea's going to come back from this one, it's going to be off the back of him, and it's looking very possible. He really needs to hold his combo here.
Bloody hell, Flying Tuna's been doing his squats, man. He's carrying hard right now. Oh no!
But he finds a break just before the score lead can go back over, and I think the combo advantage is now in favor of Germany. I don't think Korea can take this one. No, they definitely can't. And just like that, Germany takes the first point of the match, break point on South Korea's pick. Well, that was something.
Yeah, what a beast though Tuna was. Very nearly bringing it back. Really nice combo, and it was a nice one miss. I think there was a slide break in there as well, but it was a good attempt, but not enough. And Germany will take the first point here.
All right, and here comes DT1 straight out of the gate from Germany. I could predict this one. They did quite well last time, nearly 4 million points, and really this would have been a good ban from South Korea. But then again, maybe not. We'll see. There must be a reason why they left it open. But yeah, statistically not looking too great on this map for them. It's alright though, plenty of leeway to work with.
With them going for this early, that might be a good choice. Like if Korea were looking at this as a map that, oh yeah, we can do better on this one this time. With Germany picking it first time, they haven't got a lot of time to sort of bed into this match and get comfortable, so that could be a bit of a scary thing for Korea if they're trying to improve their run against a team that like monstered this, as you said. So might be a good point to get this out of the way early on the German side and just get the win really early, but we'll see.
South Korea going to swap in Firebat and Zyson in place of Aristia and I've forgotten who else. Karuna, that's who. Yeah, I'd expect they're probably pretty warm, ready for this one. Probably playing that in solo in preparation, as this is kind of a predictable pick from Germany. But for Flying Tuna and Ponytail, this is a kind of a 180 from the last map that we just saw. This is much faster, much higher AR. The circles are a lot bigger, but that actually ends up being kind of a challenge for some players, reading-wise.
Yeah, it is actually. Like, it can be a little bit disorienting, really. I don't think it's much of a thing on this, but with it being that fast, it can come into play. We do see a swap. Yeah, it looks like Karuna's not playing this, so yeah, Mr. Firebat taking the spot this time. It's a good sub, really. If you're going to swap someone out, swap it for bloody Angel Sim. Scary.
Yeah, good bet. Alright, and into the first burst, actually, South Korea going to be coming out with the first break, and FX actually following up. So combo advantage is matched in this very early section of the map. But looks like nobody having any real trouble this time around. Everyone seems to have settled in quite well. Nobody breaking on that burst. Alright.
Pretty solid starts across the board. Everyone pretty comfortable. This map's fairly comfy if you can manage speed well, which of course these high-end teams can. It's not really aim intensive, it's all about speed and stamina.
Oh, and getting into the first section here, Zyson gonna find a break right away. The combo advantage in favor of Germany. 3 FCs to 3 still, but FX just completely wiping Zyson in terms of combo. Oh, and Firebat finding a break right at the end before the first break. Not first break. Whichever break this is. Yeah.
This one. But either way, he's broke, and that hurts Korea a lot. Slow part as well, relatively speaking.
Yeah, Germany is just gonna really start running away with this score. Still fielding 3 FCs and a 1 miss on FX.
Oh, there goes Canali though. They've still got it nice and comfy though, and yeah, they're doing it again. I mean, this is a lot better from Korea, but it's just not good enough. What a run again from Germany on this one. That's actually even better, I think, than what they had last time.
Yeah, that is like 200k better. South Korea also, I believe, did a little better this time, but still not enough to counter out Germany here. Yeah, 3 FCs. That is quite the spectacle. 5 FCs, actually. Quite the spectacle to see in finals.
Yeah, this is... it's a pretty hard map pool. It's slightly difficult. Actually, it's more than that. But still, accuracies from Dust Ice and Ponytail. Incredible.
And yeah, that will be that DT pick out of the way for Germany. Now for the rest of these DTs, it really could go either way. Morning Glow, I know, is very aim intensive, and I think South Korea actually probably has a slight advantage in that regard on that map. But neither of these teams played that map in the previous match, so because that was banned by the opponent, Canada and Russia. So might see that happen further down in the future, but South Korea still with plenty of maps to pick from for this next pick.
Yeah, plenty of the board to play around with here. Going into DT against Germany, always going to be scary, but like I said, Morning Glow is something that Korea should be very, very good at. It's their bread and butter double time pick, but when do you go for that? I don't know. Here comes Dropsy Line.
Okay. Now this is a cool pick from South Korea. This is another map that both of these teams played in common in the previous matchup. South Korea did actually lose this versus Russia, but score-wise, they beat Germany's score. But I would take that with a grain of salt, considering what we've seen so far, especially the first pick of this match, No Mod 4. We saw how just because you beat them theoretically, beat them with the score you set in the previous match, it doesn't really mean a whole lot.
Yeah, if I recall, both teams in that Russia and SK match did very well on this, so it'd be a hard one to replicate.
Yeah, actually, in Russia versus SK, South Korea got kind of a little bit creamed. They lost by like 1.2 million points, but they didn't do poorly. Just Russia really went ham.
Yeah, they had 2 FCs in that match.
Something similar can happen here or not. Mod-wise, very light mods on the South Korean side. The minimum Firebat going Hard Rock, Flying Tuna going Hit It. But Germany actually a little bit of overmodding happening. Nolly and Dustus running with Hard Rock.
An extra Hard Rock is interesting. I'd say this is more of a hidden favored map. To see an extra Hard Rock that's really curious, but we'll see.
Alright, so far not looking too great for Germany. Already down to 1 FC on Kanali. Meanwhile, over on the South Korean side, 2 FCs on Aristia and Karuna. The 2 no-mod players, and some decently high combos in Firebat and Flying Tuna. Not anymore. Not on Firebat, at least. But yeah, coming out of this first half of the map, the score is very close still, but it is going to widen as Karuna and Aristia start to run away.
Nally with the only FC, and it's a Hard Rock FC. Not the one you'd expect. Just gonna have to pull off some craziness now, I think.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit grim for Germany here, but Canali's still holding on to his combo, but so are Aristia and Karuna.
The stream's coming out, and all those FCs holding. Oh, wow.
Okay, Canali held on through that. That is very well played from him. Even if he doesn't win this point, that has got to be a confidence booster for him.
Yeah, it's actually really sad that score's going to lose, but the 2 FCs are just way too strong. It's an improvement from the previous match, and it's got them their first point, Korea.
Karuna coming out of that with a double S. No
Oh
100s.
my gosh, yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Karuna is an absolute monster. Dare not curse that, but that is incredible. I don't think this map has an SS or even close to one. Madness stuff there from Karuna. He's doing it again, dude.
Yep. Popped off last match, and he's still here for this one. But yeah, South Korea going to be winning their first point. They need to win a break point from Germany in order to tie the score up, though. Germany actually going to be going for no mod 2 right away. This was actually banned by South Korea in the previous match we've discussed before. But yeah, this one, although I would say it favors Germany. I think you would agree. This is another one that South Korea could potentially steal away.
Yeah, the thing with these really spaced stream maps is you can play them just fine, but if you fall off one stream, you're going to get like 10 misses and you're going to lose a ton of your axe score, and your score is halved. It's brutal. This map can be a bit of a coin flip. Even for the teams that are good at it, one slip can cripple your score, and both these teams should be capable to at least 50% of the time have a couple FCs on this, right? It's definitely a bit of a risky one for both teams. You would give the edge to Germany, just because they have the roster for this sort of pure stream map.
Pretty much. Like on South Korea, you have all these players who can do this kind of thing. They're just not well known at being gods at that. Whereas on Germany, you have people like Umbre, Dust Ice, who are pretty well known for just, well, I guess being gods all around, but Umbre especially on space streams. But yeah, they actually, despite what I just said, Canali was the only FC in Germany's match versus Canada. And for South Korea, can't say anything about that because it was banned. But yeah. Maybe we'll see another pop-off from him this time.
Seems to be ready to go in this match. I mean, that Hardwick FC on that last map, absolutely nutty. It's a very different one, this, but I'm sure he's feeling confident to recreate his performance, possibly. But I imagine his teammates will probably hope for a little bit more on this. Because I think all those 4 players would be like, they should be fairly comfortable of FCing this in solo. And they'd be hoping for it now. Okay, it's a terrifying roster for a map like this that Germany have.
Oh, looks like Canali has crashed.
Oh.
Well.
Whoops.
That's not quite the pop-off we were looking for. He'll be back shortly. But yeah, for now, technical difficulties. Bear with us.
Yeah, get him back on. Sneak him back in. So it's a really strong opening from Germany. But Korea finally stopping that momentum a little bit. Like I say, it ended up being relatively close. The last map, just because of Canali's God mode, hard rock play. But otherwise, relatively comfortable for Korea that last one. And this is a big steal if they win this, really. It's such a strong map for Germany. Tying it up with this map is going to do some damage on the mental side for Germany, you feel.
Definitely. So we do say Germany kind of has momentum here, but that's basically from one map, that DT1 pick, which they won by like 900k. That's basically the source of all their momentum, because although they did steal the first pick of the match, No Mod 4, they only did it by like 70k or something. But we'll see here. Maybe South Korea can reverse this momentum. And Nolly is back.
He's back. Better than ever. Canali 2.0.
He's ready to get a second FC on this map. Maybe. Potentially. Oh! Okay, Karuna actually gonna be finding an unlucky slider break on that Buzz Slider. Which is actually quite deadly. I know a lot of the streams in this map tend to start up further into the map, so any free combo you can have before that is going to be very helpful. And actually, Knolly going to be finding a break, as well as Ponytail. No full combo from him this time, but yeah, Germany going to be coming out of that with the combo advantage nonetheless.
Alright, the real meat of the streams now.
Okay, now it gets rough. Dust Ice and Umbre, now the only two FCs on Germany. Karuna, Firebat, both finding misses, as well as Nolly and Okinamo. Okay, it's becoming a 1v1 between Flying Tuna and Dustis, but Dust Ice finding a break there. Tuna running away with this combo, the only combo in his team. He's actually the only reason why they're winning right now. Okay. Now things get quite a bit exciting here, down to the last third of the map. No combos left on either side besides Flying Tuna.
Yep, we try this one again now. Tuna now, another chance to carry his team. Easier part, some streams here that are tricky, but it's not as hard as the earlier part. Just got to keep calm.
Yeah, this is by no means over. If Tuna finds a miss, Germany could take this one back, but he's not looking like he's going to give up here.
Yeah, Okinamo comboed the ending of that stream section. He has a bit of combo, but it's just not going to be enough here.
Oh, Tuna finds a miss, but so does Dust Ice, and the map's over. South Korea going to be taking their first break point versus Germany.
Right back in it now. The series is tied up 2-2. A massive point here for Korea. A big steal, thanks to Flying Tuna comboing that hard section.
Yeah, that really was basically just a solo carry from Flying Tuna. If you compare scores across the board, I guess Ponytail kind of popped off against Knolly, you could say. Knolly had kind of a rough run, that's alright. But yeah, South Korea gonna tie this one up. Looks like it's a good thing they didn't ban this one again.
Yeah, it turns out it was all fine for them. It was all hunky-dory. So what next now for these two? Korea with the next pick. A couple DTs left, but go for those now or go for those later? I think you'd rather go for those earlier, honestly. You don't want to save DTs for when it's tense, because both teams are going to be good at it. You might want to pick that earlier, but depending on the board, lots of hard rock. All three hard rocks are open.
Yeah. Also, Hidden. Open. I don't think either team is going to end up picking Hidden, actually, in this match. I could be very wrong. But yeah, South Korea has a lot to work with still. It's still very early in the match. We've only gone through 4 maps, but yeah, I'm already not too sure what they're going to go for here. They could go for Free Mod 1. That is a potential pick. Germany didn't do too great on that, but I don't think we've actually seen South Korea's performance on this. But knowing their players, I'd expect them to be pretty comfortable in this one.
Yeah, it'd be a bit of a coin flip, I think, that one.
As you said earlier, they could go for these 2 DTs. Okay. Yeah. Don't listen to me. I don't know anything. South Korea actually gonna be picking Hidden 1, despite banning it last match.
Oh, okay. Nice in chat. Oh my god, I bet the curveball of the Hidden pick. Germany do not like their Hidden maps. And neither do Korea, but Korea are pulling the A-team plan. They're completely changing everything this match to what they usually do.
This was actually just like a 400 IQ play for them to ban it in the previous match so that Germany wouldn't ban it this match so that they could pick it. 100%.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is not something I ever saw coming, and thinking back to it, I'm not really sure why. I guess because they banned it in the previous match, I just assumed they were not very good on this. But they actually have a lot of players who have the potential to do very well. Like DDM, Karuna, Flying Tuna, Ponytail, yeah, pretty scary lineup for this map.
See if that pays off. This map is pretty unforgiving, especially in its second half. First half's pretty manageable, but the second half has these 3-4 cut streams that are really nasty on hidden. So we're going to be relying on players like DDM to be able to manage that a bit better.
Actually, I think this is the first time we're seeing him this match, and if you don't know DDM, this is his map. He loves this kind of stuff. This is all he plays, pretty much. And ignore that score, because that's wrong. Karuna does not have 46,000 score coming into this map.
He's got 300 combo going into this map.
Wow, what a bonus.
My god. It's the Easter egg we don't know about, Monka.
Yeah,
I'll clear up in a second. It'll update in a moment. There we go.
Alright, yeah. And already it's getting brutal. Everyone's dying pretty much. Just flying to... Okay, no combos. Okay. Hollow Watcher actually going to be the only person coming out of that with a combo above 100. Yeah, it's gone. Now, I know we said the beginning of this map is a tad bit easier than the second half, so I'm really not looking forward to what's going to happen in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think either of these teams are very hidden favored teams, but it's about the little combos you get. At the moment, I think those little combos are in the favor of Korea here.
Yep, right now, Flying Tuna and DDM with 400 combos, we enter the killer section versus Okinamo's combo, basically the only one left on Germany. But this could still go either way. There's a lot of potential for solo carries in this map.
Yeah, it's up to him, and very solid hidden player. He could do it. He is their hidden guy for the German team.
All right, let's see how this goes. It's rough. Okinamo actually going to be breaking his combo. Flying Tuna, DDM just not giving up here. DDM does find a miss, but Flying Tuna now, the solo man of the match once again. What is going on here?
What is he doing?
He's going to FC this section. Oh, he just did it. Okay.
Tuna, please. You're not supposed to do that, dude. You don't just FC that section, but I suppose Flying Tuna, he's not an ordinary player, is he?
No, not really. Yeah, that was quite stellar from him.
Absolute madness. DDM as well, doing really well. And Okinamo as well with a nice combo, but turns out it was a masterstroke. Really well picked and well played by Korea here.
Wow, I definitely did not see that pick being as smooth as it was for Korea. But yeah, that was a very good pick from them. And actually, Germany, not phased at all, gonna be going right into Hard Rock 2 Trolavis. This was banned in their match versus Canada. So not really too sure about how Germany does, but given how they have historically been, I'd say they have a pretty good chance here. Korea did not do that well in their match versus Russia on this map, but as we've seen, lot can happen in one day.
Yeah, 24 hours to get things sorted. No doubt, though, they did struggle, especially in the first half of this yesterday, Korea did. Karuna comboed the ending streams and really brought it back for his team, but they did have issues early on. So that's something they want to try and improve on. But the start of this, not very easy in a tournament setting. The rhythms are really nasty. It's less about holding ACK, because holding ACK on this in a one play is very difficult. You just got to hope to hold combo. And then the ending, you can try and bring back your accuracy on the more standard spaced streams. Generally how this played out earlier.
Yeah, and it's really short. There's no free combo, really, in the whole map. So if you start fluffing up in the beginning, you're probably going to fluff up in the end, and you're going to end up with kind of a measly score. But we'll see here. I think, in general, all of these players do have the potential to FC this map. I'm not expecting any to FC, actually, to be quite honest. despite the caliber of players we're seeing here, this map is just really difficult to do consistently well on. And this one could, yeah, go either way.
Well, if Tuna keeps up his run of things, I wouldn't be surprised if he does something here. He's had a really good match so far. But we'll see. Looks like we're seeing a swap from when Korea played this. There's no Zason this time, being replaced by Ponytail. So, bit of a change there.
Alright, and there goes the only free combo of the whole map. And
Yeah.
it wasn't even free. 3 breaks already, Hollow Watcher, Okinawa, and Ponytail. You're gonna be finding breaks in the intro. The map only gets harder from here.
So watch
So
the
far.
accuracies.
Everyone handling this quite well. Oh, never mind. Tuna and Ponytail gonna be finding slider breaks in this section. That was a lot of breaks. Yeah, this is not looking too great for Korea coming into the second half of the map. It's crazy how the map's already halfway over.
Yeah.
Like, we've been here for like a few seconds. But Aristia, now the only combo left on South Korea. Not over by any means. It only gets harder. Yep, Hollow Watcher gonna be dropping his combo, but Aristia as well. Nolly as well. It's just Dustus now.
If all else fails, just let Dust Ice do the job.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, I said I didn't expect anyone to FC. I probably should have made an exception to that. Dustus, looking like he's just doesn't care. He's just gonna do this. Yep,
Give it
I
a
think
sec.
he's done it. Oh,
There's a little stream at the end though. Oh wait, okay,
no,
now he's
no
got
problem. And that is a destruction.
it. Bloody hell, what an absolute don. Dust Ice with that FC, and it's a solid one too. Solid AC, 97. A high 97. This is the sort of map where you see plenty of Bs, but if you Dust Ice, nah. No Bs for
Nah,
him.
it was breakfast. No problem. But yeah, Germany gonna win that one quite handily. That was their own pick, however. So South Korea, nothing too bad to be worried about. Although, that being said, I'd maybe be a little cautious towards the remaining 2 Hard Rocks. At least Hard Rock 3. I think that has a lot of potential for Dust Ice to just go off on. But in the meantime, tied score. Pressure is starting to get a little bit higher here as the pool starts to dwindle down to a few maps.
Yeah, a lot of those comfy maps are getting removed, but we are seeing a couple of maps that neither team played, so still enough choice. Here's one that Korea played. It was the last map in the last matchup, the one they used to defeat Russia. Pretty standard stuff though for the most part. A higher speed, fairly balanced map with lots of awkward angles. It's Delis, so it's going to be full of squares and shapes and that sort of weird flow. But it's relatively standard this, apart from the flow being awkward. And some cut streams here and there. High speed ones, so they are kind of tricky.
Yeah, pretty much a fairly consistently difficult map until the end. It really picks up towards the end. But yeah, I think all these players should be able to handle this quite well. In their match versus Russia, all 4 South Korean players got above 600k, which is, despite what it sounds like, very, very good. But yeah, Germany, I think, does definitely have the potential to take this one as well. It's really just going to have to come down to who can pop off more. Definitely a couple players on both sides who can FC this. Probably not going to be seeing that, although I said that for the last map and look what happened to Dustus. So keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, so far this match is looking like a pretty high level one. Both teams are bringing their A game for this one. They're looking stronger than they did yesterday. Both these guys looked pretty good yesterday in their match. Even better here. But not a lot between them yet. Still very much just trading blows early on. Historically, when it comes to this more mechanically focused map, Germany have always been very, very good at it. The weird angles, though, maybe could throw them off a little bit, but I doubt it. They should be pretty good at this.
Oh, okay. Coming
start,
into the first slowdown bit. Korea gonna be up ahead with 4 FCs versus 2. Not a ton to be worried about just yet. The map does get quite a bit more difficult as it goes on.
Yeah, Korea literally did the same thing. They had 2 breaks there and went on to win. So it's just releasing nerves, you know. Get rid of your FC, get comfy.
Oh, Nali gonna be dropping his combo, however. Just 1 FC left on Germany's side. And things are going to start to pick up right here. No players. Oh, just kidding. 1 player breaking on that cut stream section. Just Dust Ice. But meanwhile, all 4 Korean players looking very scary on this so far. 3 99% FCs. Zyson also holding onto the FC, albeit with lower accuracy. This is starting to look very good for Korea.
Oh. Little bit of interference there in the Matrix. Give it a sec.
Just needed Hollow to catch up, and now he's up ahead with everyone else.
Yeah. We're back, it's fine.
Oh, Zayson actually dropping his combo. Karuna broke earlier, and I didn't even notice. I'm not really sure how, but yeah, still 2 FCs on South Korea. Okinamo, though, also holding onto the FC for Germany. So they're not out of this just yet. Still plenty of map to go, plenty of difficult angles to hit, lots of strange patterns.
Yeah, certainly still competitive in this one, but with this easier part, those FCs should be able to get a little bit more distance between the two. Like I say, with the harder parts coming up, plenty of times for just destruction of those FCs and a comeback. Plenty of that.
Yep, for now it's basically just going to be Star Duo, Flying Tuna, Aristia. Just kidding, just Flying Tuna now. The only FC left on South Korea, although Karuna and Zyson did hold their combos through that section.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
Starting to look a little bit closer here. Dust Ice building up his combo to 700 now, and Okinamo still holding onto that FC. Things could swing very quickly if Flying Tuna finds a miss.
Yeah, Knally struggling a little bit, but like I say, still in it because of his team. They're recovering nicely. But they still need more. Advantage Korea here. Another slow part, but the hardest parts of the map are to come. Map's running out of map, though. Approaching the final quarter.
Yeah, if something is gonna go wrong on the Korean side, it needs to happen now for Germany to take this one. But yeah, here come the hardest patterns in the map. Hope you like stars and squares.
I love me a good square, dude.
Hopefully so do these players. And also, bursts. There are some of those here too. Okay, actually nobody breaking on that cut stream. I did not expect that. I definitely expected at least like 2 or 3 people to pluck up one there, but so far so good. Oh, Dust Ice breaking his combo though. It's not looking good for Germany anymore. Okinamo still holding on to that FC, and that's gone too.
Not anymore. And with that is the chances of any comeback on this. Looks like Korea will take it, and will take the lead for the first time in this game. Here come the stars and squares.
All eyes on Tuna now. Can he pull out this FC? He's
That stream though. Yeah. It's a hard little stream that. No surprise to see a break on it. Hello Watcher though, recovering really nice at the end. Props to him, comboing that entire ending. But it won't be enough. It's a point for South Korea. They take the lead And it's another good team performance, almost 1K across the board once again.
Yep, that was kind of a comfortable little pick for South Korea. And a good one. Gonna be putting them up 4-3 on Germany's pick. It was their own pick. Keep that in mind. So not all too bad for Germany in the long run, but it's getting down to the wire here, and they are going to be going for Hard Rock 3. This is a little predictable once you remember Hard Rock 2 and Dust Ice versus South Korea. We could see the same thing happen here, though I would say it's quite a bit harder on this one.
Yeah. Oh, I should correct as well. This isn't actually the first time they've taken the lead. They were 2-3 up. It slipped my mind. My bad. But yeah, they are in the lead again. And, well... Wait, who picked this? It was Germany. Ooh, okay. So we had a very close map yesterday on this. The Korea and Russia match had a difference of 475 points on this map. So Korea won it, but it really was a touch of fortune that they did. Oh no, Russia did. Russia won it, sorry. But it was extremely close. It was a touch of fortune that we lost. But at the very ending, the score flicked over like 3 times on the slow part. It was incredibly brutal on them to lose that.
Hopefully, at least for Korea, hopefully the same thing won't happen here again. But, it's always scary playing this kind of map versus someone like Dustus. I know in the match versus Russia, I don't think a single player, I think basically everyone hovered around 450,000 to 500,000 across the board. But yeah, this is definitely like the definition of the solo carry map.
Yeah, straight up. Plenty of awkwardness in this. Not only is it 7 stars, but it's got awkward patterns that it's hard to be consistent on. Weird sliders with ticks in them that you have to go against the grain to hit, and weird buzz sliders and nastiness. Client tries to catch up slowly. Slowly, but surely.
Don't know where Tuna is. Hopefully we'll get him back here real soon. Oh, gonna take another try.
Is he having some issues or something? Are they having issues connecting to his client right now?
Well, the client's trying to get him in here. But yeah, for now, the map goes on. From what I can tell, Germany is still holding on to 4 FCs.
Yeah, it looks like Flying Tune is having some issues, and that's what's causing the issues, so... We'll try and get that sorted. Forgive us.
Yep, yeah, bear with us for a moment. Yeah, while that map plays out, because I think they are going to play that one out. Yeah, that is a very scary map for Dust Ice to be versing you on. I think he has a lot of potential to just FC and blow everything out of the water, pretty much. Especially given South Korea's performance in the previous match. But not too bad in the long run. Score is still tied if Germany wins that one. But yeah, the pool's getting really, really constricted as we come down to the last few picks here. We haven't seen DT... Oh, and we're back.
Okay, where are we now? It looks like...
the map's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, well, Dust Ice did an FC. And it's more or less the same of what we saw in the previous match. Basically everyone around 500k, 450k. But yeah, Germany gonna win that one out in the end. Hollow Asher, actually, that's a pretty good score there. 600k on this.
Yeah, really solid from him. Looks like in the end it was a nice run from Okanamo and Halawatcher, because they had combos through that ending that really let them pull away. Looks like. But yeah, Halawatcher, he's the hard work guy. And he's doing it again for Germany. At least we managed to see the end there, so we could see the scores, even if we missed the map.
Yep. Map was very short, unfortunately for us. But yeah, that will give Germany their 4th point, tying them with South Korea. Next to pick will be South Korea. And going back to picks, I really think we're going to start seeing some of these DTs come out right about now, if ever. Like I said earlier, Morning Glow is kind of an iffy one because if you think about it, aim-wise, it does favor, I would say it favors South Korea a little bit, but can't be too certain about that. DT4, however, comparing the scores between these two teams in their previous matches, South Korea actually, I think, they basically destroyed Germany on this one. I think they got 2 near FCs, whereas Germany only had like a 900k on Dust Dice. But we'll see about that. Still a couple no mods left, Labyrinth and Nomad 1. I'm not even gonna bother trying to pronounce that. 2 potential picks for South Korea here. Okay, Morning Glow. Never mind. It's time to glow.
Time to speed. This is a very nice pick for South Korea if they were playing anyone else. Like, they are going to be good at this, but Germany are also going to be very good at this, so this one should be a really spicy map. Should get some really good scores on this from both teams, I think.
Yeah, I think this map in particular, compared to some of the other DTs you've seen in previous rounds, where the 10.3 aim is basically just 10.3 aim, this has a few tricky bursts in it, and in that regard, Germany can really run away just in those specific sections. But overall, aim-wise, I think South Korea has a slight edge here. Of course, none of that really matters if you break on the bursts. So hopefully this one will be a good show to watch. We do see the kind of famed South Korean DT lineup coming out here. Zeisen, Ponytail, Flying Tuna, and Aristia. Over on Germany, we also pretty much also famed DT lineup. This is what they ran on DT1 when it was picked earlier in the match. And yeah, basically to be expected here.
See, everyone's settled in. Have our lineups for this one. Like I say, usually you don't see Aristia in for many of the DTs. It's curious to see him in for this one, but if they have him in, it means that he can play it. He's the combo guy for Korea usually.
Yeah, historically, he's not very well known for being terribly fast. In fact, he's quite well known for struggling a little bit with speed picks and streams. But actually, in recent times, he's started to develop his DT skills a lot more. He talked about wanting to become the Korean Tony. So he's played some DT in the last few months. So I think he's pretty ready for this.
Well, it's time to see if all that training's going to pay off. He has already done well on DT maps in the past, but usually lower AR, more awkward ones.
Now I'm going to take a wild guess here and guess that there will be no FCs, but there will be some S ranks. This map is kind of notoriously tricky for having very slider breakable patterns. As you can see, like every single slider. But yeah, so far everyone having a great time with this map.
Yep, solid opening from both teams. Definitely hits the harder patterns a bit later on, but no early chokes, no worries there for anyone. Here we go though, and we see a break now. It's Canali with the first break.
Followed up by Zeisen though, so the combos are still matching across the board. 3 FCs to 3 as we enter the first burst section here. And it does find its first victim in FX. Still 2 FCs to 3. And that section's over with. A little bit of a calm part here before the aim picks up again. Yes, so far looking very good for South Korea.
Yeah, they're doing what they usually do on these maps. They are absolutely smashing it, but they're not very far away, are they? And they're not going to be now.
Ooh, Ponytail, yeah, finding a break there. Only 2 FCs left on South Korea versus 2 on Germany. This last third of the map is going to be the difference maker, although Ponytail is quite a bit ahead of both Nali and FX, but FX, with that 400 combo, is going to slowly close that lead gap.
Yeah, a bit of a slow part as well. It's going to be an interesting ending to this. It's well poised.
That's really going to come down to these last remaining 4 FCs and FX on Germany to make up this score gap, and you can see it's decreasing quickly. Zyson breaking a combo there again is not going to help that pack, but FX does break. Combo advantage now pretty much matching, but Germany needs a combo advantage in order to take this one, and the map is rapidly closing to an end. South Korea not looking like they're going to let up here, and it's pretty much over.
Yeah, that is it. Gotta say, that was a really nice run from both teams. A masterclass on this one. But it will be Korea that take it. 2 FCs to 2, by the way. Very well played from everyone.
I said I was not expecting any FCs. It looks like I'm just like really dumb. So, yeah, 4 FCs.
Now these players are just that and good. That's how it is. They are good at this video game. Especially Dust Ice, Okinamo, Aristia, and Flying Tuna. We were saying Aristia, he's been practicing this. Turns out he is right on it. Well played by him.
Now this is a questionable pick. Germany actually gonna be coming right back out with DT4. I definitely did not expect them to pick this against South Korea. But I guess they're feeling kind of ready for this one. They just played DT, they're all warmed up. But historically, South Korea has been known to be quite good on this.
Yeah, they played it in the last match, and they did really well on it. Let me get the scores up here. Yeah, they had 2 near FCs from, well, the 2 guys that just FC'd, Flying Tuna and Aristia, so... Yeah, playing into a strong team on this map. But, I mean, the way that DT went just now, both teams are on point when it comes to the DT sort of map. But this one's a very different breed. More finger control and weird stream aim than anything else. It's also very, very short. Like, it's a minute and a half. It's another Pro Lovers. So, early breaks really going to hurt.
Compared to the previous map, the only real similarity here is that it does require quite a bit of finger control. I know the previous map doesn't, like, you need a burst on there. But here, you know what? I don't even know.
We'll just see how it goes.
You have to move your fingers. That's basically the gist of it.
Yep, you press Z and then you press X, hopefully to the beat.
I think what Germany might be doing here is taking advantage of the fact that they just played DT and knowing that South Korea is probably going to pick this one later on. They think they have a better chance playing it right now versus later when they've just played like maybe a Hard Rock or a Nomad or something. This is also, actually, I just realized Umbre swapping in here. He might have just been preparing for this the whole time.
Yeah, one of their stream players. Been in for this.
So far, actually, looking kind of even here. Aristia versus Dustis in terms of full combos. Oh, that's not good for South Korea. Dust Ice, now the only full combo remaining in the match. Flying Tuna, the closest combo on the opposing team to match him, but he's being cancelled out very nicely. And just as I say that, Dust Ice gonna find a break.
Yeah, the alt triangle catching him out. Oh, Flying Tuna goes though.
Very close though, yeah. It could go either way. Gnali now with the highest combo at 400. And he's not looking like he's gonna let up. Just as I say that, he finds a break, but Okinamo there to take his place.
Korea are closing in. More breaks though, everyone's breaking.
It is so close. It just... What? That was a tragedy.
Absolute steal there. On the last note of that hard section, it flicked over to South Korea. Just about, with that bit of combo that Flying Tuna and Firebat had. And now they have clear daylight between them and Germany. It's match point for South Korea here.
That was crazy. That was actually a very smart pick from Germany, actually, looking back at this, but it was a gamble and it didn't pay off in the end. South Korea now at match point on their own pick. Not a good place for Germany to be, but not totally terrible either. They definitely have an opportunity to take this to tiebreaker. And actually, even more so, looking at what's left in the map pool, really, that was the only map that I think South Korea had a very, sure idea that they should pick that one, and it was picked by Germany. So they're kind of left with a bunch of things that really could go either way. We've been saying that the whole map, but especially now.
Yeah, like I said, this match it's thrown a lot of our predictions and expectations out the window. Picks we didn't thought we'd see, we've seen. Performances we didn't think we'd see, we've seen. It's been a topsy-turvy one. So there's stuff left that, Korea might not be looking at. Or at least we might be saying, oh, they're not going to pick that. But it's been a very strange kind of game here, Monka.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, I'd be very surprised if they picked Hidden 3. Just kidding. They're going to go for Nomad 1. Alright. Well, actually, out of what's left here, I would say this is probably their safest pick. It's the only one, the last one that they've played in common in their previous matches, and they did win on this. Statistically. Theoretically.
Yeah,
Whether they can replicate that victory, that theoretical victory here, is another question. Like we just saw on Chaser, the previous map, the DT4, it kind of went out the window. But yeah,
it's a much more comfy map, this though. Like Chaser is not necessarily very comfortable, but this one, it's your usual No Mod 1 fare, and a lot of people have been saying this is more comfortable than last week's one. So, at least in terms of just general turn your brain off and just do the aim thing. But the thing is, after that loss, how are Germany feeling? Because that is going to be a crippling one to take. And a map like this needs good mentals. This sort of consistency test.
Definitely, they really need to keep up their mental game here in these last few picks if they're going to take this to tiebreaker, and hopefully for them, to a final victory. But first steps first, gotta get to the tiebreaker. This map is looking like a very clean zone for people like Dust Eyes, Flying Tuna, and Aristia for FCs. And really everyone in general. This is a very comfortable map, as you said. That tends to be what happens with Meg maps. He maps very comfortably for most players. Yeah, time will tell. Mentally, yeah, Germany needs to be strong here.
There's a lot on the line here. South Korea looking for their first top 3 since 2016. If they can win this point. Germany looking to try and match their performance from last year.
So far, so good. Oh! Karuna actually finding a break just before the harder section comes up. And actually, all 4 players on Germany holding on to SS's. Just kidding, Okinamo found a 100, as I was saying that. But yeah, looking very good for Germany right now.
Long map though, plenty of time for things to change. Some of the bigger jumps generally happen in the solo, about 2/3 into the map, so if you get those periodic jumps all the way through, you have to deal with. The worst ones are to come. We saw a quad FC miss from this yesterday, so anything's possible yet.
Ooh, Okinamo actually finding a break on the relatively calm section. That is going to shift combo advantage in favor of South Korea actually here. Still, as you said, plenty of map to go. And there is one of the larger jump sections in the map. Everybody clearing that without combo breaks. Oh man, that was an unlucky miss from Hollow Watcher. He hit all the jumps and he got to the burst. And I'm not actually sure what happened. His name's too long. But
I think he slightly misaimed it. It wasn't lucky. Advantage Korea. Here come the solo though.
Yep, and these are the biggest jumps in the map. Dyson gonna be finding a break. Now 2 FCs to 2. Germany's not out of this one just yet.
Big jumps.
Oh, but Umbre finding a miss on the last node of that jump is going to put... Oh, no, there's a chance. Urstia gonna find a break just after that. It's Flying Tuna versus Dustus once again this match.
Oh my god, this is a tense situation. Hollow Watcher has a bit of combo, so I think it's like ever so slightly advantage Germany? By a tiny bit, the smallest, I think.
By a very tiny bit, but this is all going to depend on Flying Tuna. Dust Ice finding a miss on that jump is going to seal their fate here. Tuna flying away once again with his FC, his solo FC. And it's gone, but I think it's over now.
Yeah, that's it. It's the ending. There's a bit of advantage for Korea. Maybe a small window, but the map's winding down now.
Yep, I think this one's over. And indeed it is. South Korea closing this one out 7-4 on their own pick. What a match.
An incredible display from both these teams. Incredible scores, incredible team performances. But one of these two had to go home, and this time it will be Germany. They will take 4th place. A very respectable placement, a very solid placement. It's just stacked World Cup. But it's South Korea. They've been struggling. They've definitely had a few years of underperformance, but now they are truly back. They are top 3 for the first time since 2016. And there could be plenty more from this team yet.
Yeah, a lot of rising stars on this team. A lot of people we're not familiar with seeing in previous years, but they've shown and proved their worth. And they take home, at the very least, a 3rd place OWC badge, as well as some exclusive merch and a portion of the prize pool. They can go further. They advance to the losers bracket grand finals versus the loser of UK versus USA, which is a whole nother can of worms that has yet to happen.
My gosh. That is, well, I'm not sure we need to do much to hype that up. That is the matchup everyone really wants to see. But really, I just want to have another word about this Korean team because, you know, this is the... You know how USA right now is like the final boss of OSU, right? South Korea is like the old final boss that's making a return. The old dog that won 2 World Cups in a row is bearing down on the new guard. For either of those two teams, whoever loses that match, and it's going to be an amazing match, neither of those teams will want to face South Korea right now.
Yeah, it is a very grim prospect to be dropping down to the losers bracket to something as strong as this. But not one of them will come. Which one? I have no idea. I really don't. But yeah, make sure you don't miss that. It is pretty much the epitome of the winner's bracket. I mean, it literally is. It's the finals of the winner's bracket. Not quite grand finals, but it is pretty dang close. Yeah, join us here in 5 hours for a grand old time.
Yep, it's going to be a ball. It's going to be good. We'll see you then for the winners bracket final of OSU World Cup 2019. It's been cool casting with you, Monko. I joined in last minute, but it's been a good time, man. Cheers for having me.
Yep, thanks.
We'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
can't do this. I can't do